Hello all, this is Zimnala coming at you with another adventure in Demise, Rise of the Gutan. We're going to be continuing our solo play adventure. We were just getting close to the next weapon for our ninja, so we are going to step right on in and cast our spells up and head in for adventure. Pull it up, see how it's centered. It is definitely not centered in a useful way, but we have solved it again. So in between plays, I actually got kind of lucky and had something show up in the tavern to buy, so I ended up getting that Codex of Restoration finally. So I gave that over to the amazing Bobbler, and that will be integrated into the game. I would do it for this character, but this character can't actually cast cleric spells, so it doesn't actually do me any good right now. But next time I actually run around and play on that team, it's definitely going to be implemented into the lineup. I'm not actually sure if it's already at the crossover time where restoration is more beneficial, but it's definitely pretty close. It just depends on how much it costs. So another thing I was looking into is I found a list of actually the guardian monsters that I've seen, and you know, it turns out that I'm actually okay for most of them, at least for meeting them, at least once. Down until I get, like, into the mid-levels. Like, I know a couple of them I'm missing as, like, Guardian, Dragon, and, like, I think there's a Guardian Mist that I'm missing. I don't have, like, a full description of some of them, because you kind of have to, like, be high enough level that when you meet them that you get their stats by properly identifying them. But I've definitely like encountered them all, and they have entries at least. Apparently that big old bunny thing that we fought in the new Guildmaster thing is actually a commandeered one of those monsters that's been converted into being much stronger, the Guardian Bunny. I think that's pretty funny. I definitely know that one of the reasons why I missed some of those is because I didn't spend very long on certain dungeon floors. Like, I didn't spend very long on floors, I want to say 19, 20, 21, and 22. So those four I kind of rolled through pretty fast. I also haven't spent an especially large amount of time on like 25, 26, or 27. So I'll definitely have to consider that in my exploration of those last few guardians. But on a positive note, because it's sufficiently deep enough, it shouldn't be too hard to fail any guardian ones on those floors, because of the fact that their traps are so difficult to open anyway, for most characters. I can just switch to a character that has a pretty low chance of doing it and probably get these. It would be much harder to intentionally trip it on a floor up above, you know? Like, the first couple floors are actually pretty hard to get a character bad enough at it to intentionally trip it.
Cool.
There might be a chance that I could force pop something using Beast Search, because Beast Search will sometimes create monsters too, so... I mean, if it came down to it, I might be able to do that with a high enough level character. But I have faith I can largely complete my bestiary at some point. Like,
Cool.
we've almost gotten to our first level here.
Cool.
Oh, did we enter? That's unfortunate.
Cool.
Did we not fully empty our inventory? That might be the case, but let's clear things out. I swore I emptied my inventory, but maybe I didn't do it properly. Or maybe it just filled up during this run. I guess that's also technically possible. I wasn't watching too closely.
Cool.
Okay, this character will start playing a lot better once we actually get that amulet of deceit into our situation, because, like, unfortunately, until you can have a way of casting heal spells on you consistently, it's a little hard to keep up on a single character in the depths. It doesn't help that I'm playing a character that doesn't have access to cleric, though. That would make it a lot more affordable. But it has ninja to compensate. Ninja's gonna have its own things going on. That'll be helpful. At least there's a decent chance we'll pin from this mine now.
Cool. Cool.
So crunchy, these dwarves.
Cool.
We are gonna have to drop things for a little bit again. Yep. We are almost pinned, which should solve this for a little bit. Oh, you better believe it. The hairier the better, right? You have been assigned the required level 100 quest for the Ninja Guild. Shade greets you after your training is completed. It is now time for your final task. Very few have finished this requirement, but I have complete faith that you will succeed. He pauses. I wish you to find me the warrior blade known as Ravager. We are in need of one for study, and I wish to discover what type of metal it is made from. When you have found this item, return here with it, and I will give you a weapon fit for our type in return. You must return with one Ravager. Well, we have that one in the store. That's not a problem. Cool beans. Well, that means we can go and get our new weapon. I do believe we also got another new item as well. We'll have to look into that. I'm sure if I look at it, I'll figure out which one it was, but there was a second upgrade as far as I remember.
Cool.
Of course, we got a nice cursed item as a reward. The gift of being cursed. What a treat. Fortunately, it's only 200 to get it off. It doesn't matter. It's worth it to get the bounty out of the board. I should have deleted it, but maybe it showed up while I was in the dungeon anyway. Like, oh well. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we can swap out our weapon. We can now use that of burning. It has a slightly higher damage rate, and the stats are better on it too. But it also inflicts a burn on enemies, so who's gonna stop us? Now the next one is a different option. We could choose freeze instead. They're about equal, actually. Oh, was there a four-handed option that I found? I actually didn't even notice that. Huh, and there's another one coming up. Alright, I'm so sorry. We could have been using a better one all along. Yeah, I did see that. It is cool that you decided to do that. That is a game I've looked at. Oh, that's right, it's the hat. We can get a better hat. People like hats, I assume. Get the thief's hat on our head. Well, you did go a little crazy this time, huh? Fair enough. But I will have you know that on some of those I already had some of the games, so you might have spent more than you needed to on that last one, for instance. Oh, interesting then. Yeah, I didn't have the other half of the game. That's true. I didn't know how it would handle that if it was a gift though, like, cause usually it doesn't know who you're buying it for immediately, but sometimes maybe it's getting smarter. Okay, let's pop it out, make sure it still makes sense. It looks good to me. We are heading in. Let's go try this out against our lovely dwarven friends. I'm sure they'll love our extra hands coming at them. We could have been using this one since 83. I guess I didn't expect that it would be farther into the tree. Like, I looked at the next one and saw 100. I didn't expect an 83 to be hiding in the middle. Oh well, Ninja has a plethora of these. The next upgrade is at 122. Like, doing a little burn damage is nice, but having another attack per round is actually better for us. Because by far most enemies are dying in one hit anyway, so doing burn damage to them kinda doesn't matter too much. Or taking an extra enemy out will speed things up. Well, it costs us a little bit of HP, but we have healing items. We did mostly clear out this dungeon, but it's okay. We got a plan after we do that anyway. We can head down to 9 and 10 anytime we want to. We're doing just fine for killing them, and we got a new weapon, so it's gonna definitely help. But we don't have a really good resist though, so we gotta be a little careful on who we fight. We will solve that, it's just gonna take time. But we want to get the next swing, and then we'll start going back to our spellcaster. So that'll start solving it. Like the number that I remember from making yourselves roughly fighter capable down to like 13 or so is about 300 attack and 300 defense. Or specifically 300 defense. Attack doesn't matter nearly as much. That's your chance to hit them. But I mean, until you can successfully do that, big groups of monsters like zebrats will actually murder you. Unless they've been toned down, that's also possible. Like, I haven't run a solo character on this version of the game. I do know, like I said, at least one big major danger group, which was the sporing fungi, have been massively reduced in danger by not making them immune to weapons. So, maybe zebrats are also a little less intense. We'll find out.
Cool. Bye-bye. Cool.
And as a couple of those mobs in the deep encounters that we had the last couple of streams have shown, the wrong group of spellcasters will kill us instantly.
Cool. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Because unlike when you have a party in play, this one character is the target of every one of their spells. So while the damage is diluted out a bit, we also have like a quarter of the HP that a group like that would have, so
Cool.
it's considerably more condensed, the damage you take. So while it seemed like I may be playing pretty cautiously with this character, it's a caution that has instilled in me from years of experience. It's not that I don't think I'll die. I've already have died a few times in this character. It's just I plan to not die regularly. Making it an outlier is more of the goal. Anyone can get unlucky in an encounter. I mean, there are spells in this you can't even resist, so of course you could get unlucky and the enemy spellcasters could all cast a spell you can't resist. Nah, this is part of the normal game. Pretty much all the new areas are roughly a new game post game thing, although some of them aren't that deadly. But what has largely been determined is that most of them aren't that good for leveling even. They're cool. Like they recreated all of a previous incarnation of the game as a city in the deep, and that was cool to explore. And some parts of it are good for leveling, but getting there is also a pain in the ass. This character is not really ready to deal with it. He doesn't have the movement spells to get around. It's getting there though. But basically the normal monsters in it are about floor like 15, 16 in strength. So we're currently at the point where we are at a floor 10 in strength. So we're not there yet. We could consider adding it in at a certain point, but that point is a bit in the future. I mean, once we get to 139 and get a possibility of getting that Amulet of Deceit and getting unlimited spell casting, then we can do a lot of things we couldn't do before. But we're not there yet. Shade walks up to you and, to your surprise, removes his mask and hood. You stare in disbelief as you see the face of a young girl looking back at you. She speaks in a soft, female voice. Remember that things are never as good as they seem. You have been a very good student, but your time as a student is no longer. I welcome you to the master ranks of our guild. May we serve you as you have served us. She shakes your hand and walks away. So this mysterious mentor who is sending us on dangerous missions. Oh, and they gave us the weapon we were already using. That's really good. That's hilarious. Thank you, game. Yeah, I liked that quest line. Well, she dressed as like a cloaked man who was always whispering in your ear that you were going to be sent into danger. "'Twas but a clever subterfuge. Who could expect the ninja to lie to you? Believe it." And we're gonna pull the ancient trick that we've learned. Did you know that ninjas can fly? Bam. We're flying. We're in a hallway.
Cool.
That's the fast way down. It's nice to start using the actual quick ways down. We only went the other way to fight off the dwarves. Killing dwarves is one of our hobbies. It's time to go visit the graveyard.
Cool. Cool. Bye-bye.
Yeah, other than all the elemental damage, this floor is not too bad for us. Look at these ghosties. Alright, where are you? I don't see you. There you are. With my bare hands, just so you know. I punch them really hard with my fists. To be fair, my hands do have magic dust on them. It's a ninja secret. I'm also punching bears to death. But since we can't actually be drained by these mobs, they're really not that dangerous to us.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Because they'll never do an elemental attack on us, and that's the only thing that does tons of damage to us currently. I mean, these ones are a little bit more dangerous because they're more physically capable, but they're not draining us, they're just doing a lot of damage. Well, we are at least almost pinned. So, This run was successful, even though it was a little dangerous.
Cool. Cool.
I see. Well, I mean, as long as you found a strategy that works, I guess you're going with it. Let's see what level our upgrades for our friends are. So Chatal is an upgrade that would allow us to hit 3 swings for our friends. This is technically a lower level one that would do the same at 111, but we're gonna go farther than that anyway, so. Technically this is a level we would get up to, but I'd say Chatal is actually better than it because of all the bonuses it has to all the types of monsters. So Chatal will be our point of entry into returning to our other guilds. Yeah, we could check our character level. Yeah, we've gained another like 2.8 million in the last few hours. Well, how many hours are we in now? 21 hours. It's been 5 more hours since we checked last time, so. Look at us go. But we are going strong. We still have quite a few healing items, so we can keep this strategy up for a while. This is a level where almost all the enemies have some form of damaging move that bypasses defense. But those sprites casted a mind spell on us. And a lot of the spellcasters start using elemental attacks rather than just pure magic, which we have a good defense against, so. Honestly, this group isn't so bad other than the Hellhound though, so if we take out the Hellhound, the other ones aren't a danger. But the Hellhound will breathe fire at you from a range. Just keep on roasting you. Get me out of that room. I don't have to fight the sorcerers. I'm not going to. We'll go another way. This is another kind of bad group. Frost giants are not worth the EXP exchange. Fortunately, they're not likely to attack us either. I mean, they're decent EXP on their own, they just do quite a bit of damage because they attack you physically, but they also will breathe fire on you. I'm not fire, actually cold. But it has the same effect. Fire and cold basically have the same resist and have the same effect. Yeah, that I didn't see in time to get out of the room, so I just dealt with it. We do regenerate over time, though. That is worth noting, is that we are healing about 7 hit points every 15 seconds, so if you pick and choose fine, we'll actually recover decently. But even though we're resisting half of it, yeah, one of them's not so bad. We'll probably kill a single one, but any double groups of frosted giants, not really worth it.
Cool.
I do like when spellcasters attack me from an anti-magic group, though. We've almost gotten a 1 level's worth out of here. Like, this area is overall faster to level, but also it's kind of dangerous, so it's like your call whether you want to go through your healing items or whether you want to get a surplus, because that's what fighting on the lower levels does, is it'll give us a surplus of healing items, whereas this is more of a negative on them. That's why I keep on going back to the mines, is because they basically, that's the best way to replenish our supply currently. Every time we do, we tend to walk out with several dusts of healing. Also, as our stats rise from leveling up, these problems are solving themselves. We are able to kill them faster. So. Like, we lost that initial, like, 80, but it's stayed right around that point for a while now. So while we take a little bit of chip damage, we heal it. It's gone back and forth the whole time. That's a bad group. And if we go down like a floor or two, we'll start reaching our #1 scariest thing to see is double groups of spellcasters with like 8 of them in them. That's just basically death if we fight it. Like, eventually our resist will be good enough that we can deal with it. Today is not that day. Also, dragons are kind of a bad idea to fight right now. They're tanky enough to survive multiple hits, and they will do a decent amount of melee damage and breathing damage on us. This is actually a bad group to fight. Oh, that was a really bad enemy. Ah. Basically, those ants breathe fire, spit acid, and do melee on you. They are bad news bears. And the other problem is that there's like 10 of them. Gremlins aren't too bad at this point. You eventually start getting ones that cast spells on you, but we're not quite there yet. I think these ones have a fire attack, and the yellow ones have a poison attack. I want to see if the green ones can backstab you. Once you start getting to the blue and purple, though, they start casting nasty spells. I mean, I back up it onto my other hard drive, but yeah, there's ways to resave it. You can save all the game files. This might actually be a spell that I don't have in my other characters, so I might actually check that real quick. So we already have it for Sorcerer, but Villain might not have this. Yep. Acidic Spray. Now I'm going to switch back to Ninja and put our equipment back on. But there's still spells I'm finding that I didn't have. So there's still stuff to find even with all these hours. Also, have I not gotten another upgrade? Nope, 111 is the next upgrade. Huh. On a positive note, I'm pretty sure that the mines have reopened. So we can go stomp some dwarves again.
Cool.
I'll take a safer little run, even if it's a little slower at the beginning.
Cool.
There we go. That's already a healing item we got back there, so you gotta like temper your deep runs with a couple of low ones just to get your healing items back up, especially if you don't have a healing guild like this character class. I mean, eventually I'll add Magi in and get really expensive healing, but that'll wait until I can replenish my spell points regularly. I'm sure you do want to join. I want to say at 122 I could get a Ring of Recuperation at least. That would recover a little bit of spell points. That would be quite nice. But it's not enough to get full healing. It's just enough to give a few options as time goes on. We're already like at the margin point of what we can get by with casting, so if we just regenerate on top of this, we'll actually be able to cast spells while we're playing too. The thing is that all those buffs are actually what makes the run survivable. For a single character. The fact that we planned everything out to this point. I mean, that area we were fighting was a third of the way through the base game, so... Actually, that was floor 12 we were fighting on out of 29. So that was more than a third of the way through. Granted, not every floor is equally more dangerous than the previous floor. And some floors are a massive jump in difficulty.
Cool.
Like, actually, floor 5 is massively more dangerous than 4. It's just not so obvious because I've mitigated the dangers. But 9 is another such floor. 9 adds in a lot of big groups of slimes and unkillable spellcasters. But 13 is another big floor when you start getting the double spellcaster groups. Because you got the same problem with those sorcerers that we're fighting, except now you've got sorcerers mixed in with like spellbinders. The important question is, are you doing the SA1 version or the SA2 version? Because they are very different. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. There's only one version. I don't think I know a song called What I'm Made Of from the Sonic franchise. I don't even think it's part of Shadow. I think it might be like a different part of it that I'd never played. I mean, the big ones from Shadow the Hedgehog are I Am All of Me. And there's another one about being 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You got 100,000 pounds sitting on your back.
Cool.
You should give Shadow the Hedgehog a try though if you really like the franchise, because if you can get past the fact that it uses guns, it actually plays pretty solidly. See, I knew it was from a game I didn't play. Are you gonna try to complete all of the different game routes? The game does keep track of it for you. You don't have to remember which ones you've done. We are gonna have to drop some stuff though. I don't think you're gonna want to play it that many times. I mean, even I, moderately enjoying it, didn't want to beat it more than like maybe like 5 or 6 times. But that's because it doesn't have a very good Chow Garden.
Cool.
That's how you could tell how good one of the Sonic games are, is how good the Chow Garden is. Nope. Sure can't. You don't have to get a good score, though. It's just, you gotta beat it. Although, for beating one, you do have to complete the objectives that lead to its goal. So, for instance, on the first level, one of the side paths, the good path requires that you kill all evil creatures on the map. So you do have to like go and defeat all of the evil creatures, and the evil path has the opposite. You have to kill all the gun soldiers. So some of the mission objectives are kind of gimmicky. I mean, by far the worst one is the second time you go back to the city on one of the levels. You have a mission to stop all the bombs from exploding on the good side. And well, let's just say that has a very, very high difficulty to do in time.
Cool.
I mean, you don't instant lose if the bombs go off, but you also don't get the good achievement if they do. I believe is how that works. I think you get stuck in neutral. Yeah, we have to go find something to beat down. I guess we could go beat that Goblin Lord. Actually, we might not even reach the Goblin Lord before we pin, but we'll give it a shot.
Cool.
So this would be where having a little bit extra leeway on our spells would be handy, as we could start walking through walls. But that's gonna come. That'll come. That just is gonna be after we get our initial ninja levels in. But we're already up to level 108, and we started at 98 when we came in today, so we are making good progress. I guess we can switch over using the dusts for a while, since we have so many of them. Alrighty, we turned these in. Cool. Well, you made some great progress. I am gonna take a break, and I will get back with you in a few moments. Bye-bye, y'all.